Hey guys, I wanted to do another quick video, something that came up, basically asking the question, does discounting devalue our industry? There's a lot of old hats in the quick lube space that don't like the way that we do things because it's disruptive, and the growth that we've had has kind of shown that there's a different and not necessarily better way, but a different way of doing things, and there are some people who their entire existence is uh, predicated on what has happened in the past, and they're not forward thinking looking, and change scares them, and so they're gonna say things. They're gonna throw rocks at the new guy and say, you're not supposed to do this. And I think a lot of you already know, based on the conversations that we've had, whether at Discovery Day, that's what gravitated you towards our system, or just conversations in passing, that one of the things that has made us successful is that when I've gone through this process of building this system out, and I've asked why to industry leaders, to vendors, and their answer is, that's just the way it's done. That's never been a good enough answer for me. And so it's super important to continue to be forward thinking and to be innovative, and not to be stuck on your laurels, and have your entire uh, business model be dependent on what has worked in the past, because in business you're only as good as your last at bat. So just to bring this conversation back to the original point, does discounting devalue our industry? The obvious answer is no. Customer acquisition in our space is incredibly important, and the only way to get new customers, and the only way that consumers choose based on their behavior where they do business, is by finding out they choose three different ways to do their consumer experience. It's either price, atmosphere, or experience. And so what that means to us as an industry is, how are people picking where they are getting their service? Now, experience comes down to, what is our model? What do we think matters? And we think speed matters. We think convenience matters. We double down on selling people their time back. We triple down on selling people their time back. Now, atmosphere. We want a more approachable situation. We want our facilities to look nicer. We want the customer to feel as though we are doing things differently. This is not the old cinder block quick lube with dark, intimidating, unapproachable behavior. And then the third is price. And this is no mystery to anyone. And I've always treated the quick lube industry the same way that tech companies treat customer acquisition. If we have to pay to get customers, it's only going to benefit us in the future, because the service that we're providing, if we are doing it the right way, if we are doing the service the way that the consumers are telling us that they want it, it's going to mitigate our ramp up period. It's going to pay dividends when those intervals start overlapping. And to me, that is just business. And for some people in our space to say it devalues the industry, they're just afraid. They're afraid they're becoming irrelevant. They're afraid that their model doesn't work anymore. They're afraid that they can't win based on meritocracy. And so for us to go forward, we're going to continue to do customer acquisition in various ways, because that's how you build business. And that's our model. And it's worked. And that's why we are who we are. And other people are who they are. And we're going to continue to do it. And everyone's going to be along for the ride. And that's really all you can say about that. So appreciate it. That's just a little impromptu video.